Sadiq Khan, the Mayor of London, says he has a personal relationship with his New York City counterpart, the new Mayor, Zoran Mamdani, despite apparently supporting rival football clubs. So Sadiq Khan also explained why major companies are setting up their European headquarters in London, and he's going for even more.
Brexit has been bad for London and the UK, but not as bad as it was feared it would be. London's underlying strengths have meant actually we've suffered the least when you compare the other parts of the UK. And when it comes to the Bloombergs, the JP Morgan Chases, the Visas, they're choosing London as the European headquarter because all the underlying strengths are still there in terms of the diversity of London. We aren't just the political capital. We aren't just the financial capital, we're the cultural capital and the tech capital. We've got a pipeline of talent coming through, but also we're looking to the future. So we've got growth sectors, AI, quantum computing, robotics, cultural services, life sciences. We aren't standing still. Like great businesses, we're moving forward.
You wrote to Dario Modi, the CEO of Anthropic, basically saying, since you're clearly not welcomed by the Department of Defence that I believe London can provide a stable, proportionate, pro-innovation environment in which this kind of AI can flourish. Suitably opportunistic of you, of course, to try and reel him in. Has he replied?
Well, look, we're talking to a number of companies in America. But before I get to Anthropic, the great news about the last few years is the amount of great companies coming to London or expanding, whether it's Google, whether it's Apple, most recently JP Morgan Chase, OpenAI. I've got a massive new research HQ in London. And the point I made to Dario was you're being punished and intimidated because of having ethical standards on this really important issue of AI. I read with interest The Adolescence of Technology, the great article written by Dario. And the point I make is, look, if you're not welcome in America, if you're having problems in America, we are an AI powerhouse in London, a pipeline of talent, an agglomeration of sectors. Come to London.
Right, but has he replied?
I'm not going to talk about conversations we have with people on air, but as soon as we have some good news, you'll be the first I speak to.
One of the things I was asking people, I knew I was interviewing you, so I was asking people on the plane what they thought about as I flew over. Everybody loves it here, but sort of worried about petty crime, phones being snatched, the epidemic of phones being snatched, which seems to be happening here more than other places. Have you got a handle on that yet?
Yeah, I understand the concern, by the way. We carry with us these pieces of, have personal photographs, contacts, and so forth. Good news, we've brought phone theft down by a huge amount. We're also speaking to the likes of Apple, Samsung, and Google. Why can't they help us design out the crime? Why can't they have a kill switch? So a stolen phone is useless, or deny access to the cloud to make a stolen phone absolutely useless. We saw with car crime, with car stereos, designed out car crime. You have very few now vehicles carrying cash to banks being stolen because that's been designed out. And similarly, we're saying to the Apples, the Samsungs, the Googles, work with us. We're taking great action on enforcement. Help us with prevention as well.
The UK shot itself in the foot on two goals, I would say. One is removing tax-free shopping, and the second is APD, which disproportionately makes London's airports expensive. And I'm not sure the money actually does go where it's supposed to go.
I agree with the impact tax-free shopping has had in terms of many of our luxury brands suffering, but also actually London suffers because if you're somebody who wants to come here for 7 days, you're now coming for 4 or 5 days because you go to Milan and Paris and buy goods at 20% cheaper than you can in London. So we're lobbying the government. It was Rishi Sunak, the former Prime Minister, when he was Chancellor, who made this decision, I think short-sighted, because the Treasury thought they could get more monies in by doing so. I think it's a mistake. In relation to aviation, I'm quite clear. I want aviation to be better, not necessarily bigger. I want flights that are more economical, that are fuel efficient. I want to invest in new technology and innovation. What I don't want is the consequences that flow from, for example, tax policies that incentivize additional flights unnecessary or incentivize building bigger airports that cause huge problems.
Third runway?
I'm against a third runway.
I'm in favour.
I want Heathrow to be better, not bigger. I think the problems with the third runway at Heathrow are a number: noise pollution, air pollution, environmental problems, and also I think London can't compete with Dubai. It just can't, or Istanbul for a variety of reasons. The conurbation where Heathrow's based, but we've got great airports in and around London: Gatwick, Heathrow, City, Luton, Stansted, to name just 5.
It's not. It's an interesting that New York and London both have mayors of different faiths to the predominant faith. And do you know something? In asking this question, I'm not even sure what the question is, but except to say it is an interesting change and one that speaks volumes to the future.
I think it speaks wonders of New Yorkers, and I would say Londoners, that they've chosen ethnic minorities, religious minorities, and both of us had campaigns where there was negativity and anti-Muslim hatred, but both New Yorkers and Londoners came together.
An undercurrent. It's an undercurrent, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's that sort of...
Yeah.
No one ever wants to say it to your face.
But that's the joy of New York, the second greatest city in the world.
How well do you get on with Mandami?
We message and...
Oh, you do?
I think it's...
Oh, come on.
I think it's
Tell us the messages.
I think it's a breath of fresh... Listen, I'm the Mayor of London. We have 7 Premier League clubs. I support Liverpool.
Well done.
Zoran sports Arsenal, which, I mean, he's young, he's charismatic, he's good-looking. I hate him.
And finally, thank you for my 60-plus card. My free...
This is called a Freedom Pass, which means that anybody above the age of 60 who's a Londoner gets to travel for free on public transport. We call it a Freedom Pass because it gives people like Richard freedom, and it gives them dignity, and it means using public transport rather than driving around in gas-guzzling cars.
I'm never sure, when I first used it, whether I should have been, I'm 60 plus. But you know something? To hell with it. I'm proud to use it. Mr. Mayor, thank you so much.
Good to see you, Richard.